Alright, so for me, the most rewarding thing about being a leader is just seeing your kids progress. Even though it might be slow, you can see them like building and getting stronger every single day. And it just shows you that like even though you think you might have a little impact, it really does like turn out really good at the end.
The most rewarding thing for me being a leader in a math space is being able to see them grow and just being in the space, like you can tell that they're more motivated to do their homework and work in general because we're there with them.
The most rewarding thing about being a leader in a math space this year has been getting to watch the students grow both academically and socially and getting to see them adapt more to living life as a high schooler at OPRF.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway from being in the launch program this year is the importance of learning how to adapt to new situations. And like my second semester, I came to third period, so I got all new kids, but I was kind of in the same position of a freshman because they're adapting to the new lifestyle as a freshman and not middle schoolers.
My student has a really hard time focusing in class, and I feel like my presence really helps him zone in on the things that he needs to do. He also has a hard time at home, and I always try to be there emotionally so that he can help, and that's just not for one student either. I try and do that for all the people in the classroom as well.
I think the most rewarding thing about being a leader in the math class is getting to know the students better. I think that these kids are kids that like have had a hard transition from middle school to high school, and they really need someone that's able to like kind of help guide them in the right direction and like actually challenge themselves in their classes. What I like about the math classes more is that they have such like great potential to like move up in their classes. They just need someone to kind of like help push them.
Okay, I have loved having launch leaders in my classrooms, in my math spaces for the past couple years. I think that the benefit of having them in there is something that's just simply immeasurable. The thought of having another support person to work with these kids who already don't enjoy the math that they're dealing with very much, the benefit is just amazing. They can help in so many different ways, from the emotional side of things, from the math side of things, and I would be lost without having them in my space.
In time, my launch leader has helped me outside of class when my grades were plummeting, and she would check up on me and ask me did I need help with any classes outside of my launch class, and she would help me get my grades up.
Hi, my name is Christian, and my favorite thing about having leaders is like how like nice they are, how it's like another set of teachers, and how they just like my age and how I could like relate to them in school.
Hi, I'm Elliot. I really appreciate my leaders just because they're a perfect representation of like a big brother or a big sister. They really help me out with math, and yeah, they're just great.
My leader that works with me is Trinity, and I just want to say that she is a very nice person, and she is a great person to look up to, and I really want to be like her. And she has helped me with my 4-year plan, and like, yeah.
Something that Elise has helped me with outside of class was I had this really toxic person in my life, and they were really decreasing my mental health, and knowing that Elise was there for me and her always talking to me and supporting me and giving me advice, it really helped me through it, and it helped me know that I wasn't alone, and she really pushed me to like go to therapy and stuff, and that just really helped me.
So my favorite thing about having leaders in my class is having the support that I need, because math is a topic that I struggle with. Since there's leaders, it's easier to understand, easier to get things done.
My leader has helped me a lot by, for like an example, there was a time when I was struggling with a problem and my teachers weren't around and we had a sub. One of my leaders helped me through the entire problem, and they didn't really know the same exact topic, but we got through it together and it just felt really good to me.
The time my leader helped me with something other than math was when I had problems with my friends and we were going through like a rough patch, and my leader was there to help me through it and, you know, like really get through it, and just, they were there for me when I needed it.
The biggest advantage of having leaders in our space is it transforms the overall atmosphere. So on the days that leaders are with us, our students come in and they are ready to work and have an advantage of always having somebody to bounce ideas off and just naturally have really good leaders in terms of role models and examples.
So one of the great things about having leaders in my extended algebra class is that they kind of act as peer tutors. And so in our class, ideally I would spend time with every single student working one-on-one, meet each kid where they're at. with the leaders in there, they were able to sit with the students so that if I'm sitting with one student, my leaders are spread around with the other students, sitting one-on-one, working with them. And so that those students aren't just sitting around waiting for me to come over, the leaders can help them as much as I'd be able to help them as well.
One of the biggest advantages of having launch leaders in this class is for our kids to be successful, not only just mathematically, but based on their self-confidence and self-esteem. A majority of my kids in this class have come to the belief that they are no good at school. And so when I have launch leaders that not only work with them one-on-one and help these students understand math a little bit better, I have my students that are at times able to show the launch leader and prove to the launch leader that in certain areas that the launch leaders need to be taught.
So I kind of give them a lot of freedom and a lot of freedom to do what they would like to do with the students. So a lot of times they'll come in, they'll play music, they'll talk for a little bit, they'll build those relationships with the students, and the students have really come to trust the leaders. And they have a good time and a fun time learning math, so they get to talk about personal, issues that they're having while they're learning at the same time.
A time where I really helped my student was when earlier during the year, he was going through things at home, and it was affecting him academically. Like at home, he had problems with his parents. His parents are going through things in their relationship, which affected him in school. And he was making bad decisions, and I was encouraging him, and I told him that it's okay to mess up sometimes because I messed up. I messed up junior year, I messed up my sophomore year. My grades weren't all that at all. But I still managed to somehow just get accepted into all of my colleges. I still managed to get accepted into the leadership program, and I still managed to just do all these other awesome things. So you can always redeem yourself. You're gonna mess up in life, and don't worry about failing, because sometimes we have to fail in order to succeed.